Want goals that actually stick? Mindful planning changes everything. In this video we explore a calm, psychology-informed approach to money goals. You will learn how to align your aims with your values, craft practical steps, and build systems that support behavior change rather than relying on willpower alone. By the end you will have a concrete plan to start small, stay consistent, and review progress with compassion. This is educational material and not financial advice. Now let us begin with the idea that money goals are more than numbers on a page. They are living expressions of your daily choices. When you connect a goal to something you care about deeply, you increase the chances that you will act in alignment with that goal even when motivation fades. Consider the difference between a vague longer-term target and a concrete immediate step. A vague goal like "I want to save more money" does not create a reliable habit loop. A concrete goal links to your routines, your timing, and your environment. It becomes something your brain can predict and your daily actions can support. The first key is to spend a moment clarifying your values. Values are the compass that guide what you decide to do with your money. They are not a checklist of tasks but a sense of direction. For example, if one of your core values is security, you may want a sturdy emergency fund as a cushion against unexpected events. If you value growth and learning, you might allocate a small amount towards skill building or a future project. Values act as the anchor for your goals. They help you choose what to prioritize when time, energy, or money are limited. When goals emerge from values, you do not simply chase numbers, you are choosing a way of living. The next step is turning values into a clear, actionable plan. This is where behavioral science becomes useful. People fail not because they lack willpower but because they lack a reliable system that makes the desired action easy, visible, and rewarding. A reliable system has three parts: a cue that triggers the action, a simple action that is easy to perform, and a quick reward that reinforces the behavior. To illustrate, imagine a goal to increase savings gradually. A mindful approach uses an if-then plan. If I receive my paycheck, then I automate a fixed portion into a savings account before I see the rest of the funds. This design reduces the friction of saving because it happens automatically. It also protects you from the cognitive biases that lead to postponing financial decisions. Implementation intentions like this convert intention into action by creating a pre-committed plan. They are a practical bridge between your best intentions and your actual behavior. A second pillar is about designing your environment. Our surroundings shape our choices far more than most people realize. Small changes in the setup of everyday routines can have large effects. For example, you can place your savings account at a bank different from your checking account to create a natural barrier to impulse withdrawals. You can set up automatic transfers that run immediately after payday. You can label envelopes or digital folders with clear, memorable names like emergency fund, future repair, or learning budget. The aim is to reduce decision fatigue by making the desired action the path of least resistance. The third pillar is measurement with kindness. Tracking progress matters, but only when the process remains supportive rather than punitive. A weekly review that is calm, not critical, helps you notice patterns rather than blame yourself for slips. The review is not a scoreboard of morality, it is a map of how money flows and how you respond to changes in income, expenses, or goals. To implement this, designate a specific time in the week for a short check-in. During the session, look at what happened since the last review, what went well, and what could be adjusted. Keep the tone constructive. If a plan does not fit your life, revise it rather than abandon it. This practice builds trust between you and your money. Now let us translate these ideas into practical steps you can start this week. Step 1 is to identify your top 3 values related to money. Take a few minutes to write down phrases that feel true to you. Do not censor yourself. Be honest about what money means in your life. Examples might include security, freedom, or the ability to help others. Step 2 is to convert one value into a concrete micro-goal. For instance, if security is important, you might decide to build a small emergency fund that covers 2 weeks of essential expenses within the next 2 months. If freedom resonates more, you could set a goal to automate a portion of your income toward a flexible savings pool that can support a future project. The micro goal should be specific and time-anchored. The next step is to design your environment to support this choice. Open a savings account that you can access only after a predictable, automatic transfer. Create a visible reminder that keeps the goal in your field of awareness. You can print a simple progress chart that shows how savings are growing and place it where you will see it weekly. The chart is not a control device but a gentle reminder that gradual growth is possible and real. Now we turn to the practical details of making a plan that sticks. Start with a first practical action that takes under 5 minutes to complete. For example, you can set up automatic transfers in a few minutes using your bank's online platform. The goal is to remove decision-making from the moment you are paid. The more you can automate, the less you rely on willpower alone. A simple rule to adopt is to pay yourself first. By paying yourself first, you acknowledge that your financial health is a priority. The effect is often subtle but cumulative. In addition to automation, you can create a routine that supports you. A weekly money check-in can be a short, 15-minute session every Sunday afternoon. During this time you review the week, note any unplanned expenses, and see whether your micro goals are on track. You do not need perfect timing. The key is consistency. The weekly rhythm acts as an anchor that helps your goals become part of your identity as a person who manages money with care. When you view yourself as someone who takes small, steady steps, your behavior follows suit. Identity-based goals are powerful because they frame actions as expressions of who you are. If you start to internalize an identity such as "I am someone who plans ahead," your choices align with that self-image even when motivation fluctuates. This shift in self-perception reduces inconsistency and makes discipline feel more natural. Consider a concrete example. If your goal is to reduce overspending on meals, you can link the action to your new self-image. You might say, "I am someone who cooks at home 3 times a week." Then you create a simple plan to prepare a few dishes ahead of time, with a grocery list that supports those meals. The beauty of this approach is that it does not rely on extremes or harsh rules. It is a gentle, practical pathway that respects your life as it is right now. It is also flexible. You can adjust the targets as your life changes. The aim is progress, not perfection. A common pitfall is conflating goals with self-worth. When a goal fails to progress, many people judge themselves harshly. That pattern undermines the very motivation that goals need. Instead, practice compassionate realism. Acknowledge slips without letting them derail you. Ask what the slip teaches you about your environment or routines. For instance, if you overspend on groceries, examine whether the weekly budget was realistic for the week or whether you encountered an unplanned expense. Adjust the plan rather than blaming yourself. The process of adjusting is part of the strategy. It keeps your goals livable and aligned with your current life. The practice of mindful adjustment also supports resilience. It helps you pace yourself and honor your energy levels. When money feels stressful, the tendency is to either tighten too much or give up entirely. A mindful approach keeps you in the middle ground. You set a reasonable pace, then verify that pace with data. You look at your income, expenses, and savings flows and you adjust gradually. Over weeks and months the changes compound. You can see how a few small changes accumulate into meaningful progress without dramatic upheaval. If you want to deepen the practice, consider journaling your money decisions. A brief daily entry can capture what happened, what you learned, and what you plan to try next. The act of writing slows the mind and clarifies intention. It makes invisible patterns visible. When patterns become visible, you gain power to change them. This process strengthens your sense of control over money and reduces anxiety. Remember that the goal of mindful financial planning is not to chase perfection or to force a specific outcome. The goal is to cultivate a sustainable relationship with money that fits your life. It is about creating a system that works with your natural rhythms, rather than against them. To recap the practical steps you can take today. First, clarify your top money values and choose one value to translate into a micro goal. Second, design an if-then plan that automates the action and reduces friction. Third, set up a simple environment change that makes the desired behavior easy and visible. Fourth, establish a 15-minute weekly review to track progress and learn from experience. Fifth, cultivate an identity-based mindset by saying to yourself, "I am someone who plans ahead and follows through." Finally, practice kindness toward yourself whenever a slip occurs. treat slips as feedback rather than proof of inadequacy. This reframing keeps you moving forward with less fear and more curiosity. By combining values, small steps, and gentle accountability, you turn ambiguous money goals into steady, sustainable progress. Not every week will feel easy, and that is normal. The important thing is to maintain a steady course and to use the weekly check-in to learn what works for you. Your future self will thank you for the patience you bring today. If you have found this approach helpful, consider starting with one micro goal this week and sharing your plan in the comments or with a friend who can provide support. A little accountability can reinforce what is already beginning to stick. As you practice, you will notice that your money decisions reflect a calmer relationship with money rather than a punitive regime. The result is not a perfect budget but a sustainable, compassionate pathway toward the financial life you want. Your journey matters and your pace is exactly what it should be. In the next session, we can dive deeper into how to tailor these strategies to different life stages and income levels. Until then, take small, deliberate steps, observe what happens, and adjust with care. Remember that mindful financial goals do not promise overnight miracles. They offer a reliable, humane framework for long-term progress that respects who you are today while guiding who you want to become tomorrow.